Hey everyone, it's the end of 2025 and it's been a crazy year with loads of flying. I want to share some of my best and worst stories, but first I have 2 more flights to catch today. So I'm going to tell you some stories, answer some of your questions and tell you the plans for 2026 on my way to Bangkok. Let's go. All right, let's look at the headline stats. That's a total of 80 flights this year, the most flights I've ever done. I broke my previous record, which was 70 something, and that's when I was commuting twice a week to a different country for work. So I'm pretty impressed with that. 119,000 miles, that's 4.78x around the world, or halfway to the moon. And then in terms of cabin breakdown, we've got 3 first class flights, 11 business class, and 66 economy flights. My best flight of the year has got to be the Qatar Airways first class I did. Even though I did 3 first class flights this year, this was the only true long haul one from Hong Kong to Doha in Qatar Airways first class on one of the ex-Cathay 777s. And even though it's a bit of an old and dated seat, the onboard experience, the service was great, the food was amazing. I got to do buddy dining for the first time, which was so much fun, and overall first class is always just a treat, and for me that was the favorite one of the year. And now for the worst flight of the year, it's got to go to Air India from Mumbai to Dubai, and it actually is no fault of Air India, the airline. The onboard service was fine, it was an economy flight, but there was someone sitting next to me who just wouldn't stop leaning over into my personal space, trying to peek through the window because I was seeing through the window, and I kept telling him, could he stay out of my personal space? He would lean over when I put the window shade down, he would put it up. When I was sleeping, he was leaning over. There was a point when I was watching a video on my phone like this, and he was leaning to look out the window, and my lips were basically touching his hair. That's how close he was to me. And the whole experience, it was relentless. The whole flight, he was relentless. He just wouldn't stop getting in my space, no matter what I told him. So for that reason, that was my worst flight of the year. And now for my best and worst airport. I think the best one has still got to be Hamad International at Doha. It was my most visited non-home airport, and even as an economy passenger, there is so much to do. It's so much better than so many other airports. The orchard is great, and then if you're traveling as a premium passenger or with status, there's amazing lounges. I think some of the best lounges in the world. I did a few visits to Al Safwa, which was great, and Al Marjan Garden. Even the original Al Marjan was great, and I just love connecting at Doha, so that's going to win the spot for me. And now for the worst airport, I was going to say Cairo Terminal 3, which is I flew at recently for the first time, but just 2 days ago I went to Paris Beauvais Airport, and this has got to be one of the worst airports out there. It's basically just a shed in a field. It's not even in Paris, it's like 2 hours away. The departure hall is tiny. Everyone was like lying on the floor. There was no space to move around. Just like not good. So that's definitely at the bottom of the list for 2025. Oh wow, almost just missed this flight. I had a 1-hour connection. The flight was delayed by an hour, and then we landed, we had a bus gate, got off, just ran, and just made it as the final call. So I'm on board. Last few people are boarding. So the holiday and New Year celebration saved, and now onto the next rankings, which was the best and worst lounge of 2025. I think undoubtedly the best lounge for me was the Pier First Class Lounge in Hong Kong. This is a lounge that's been on my bucket list for years at this point, and I finally got to experience it. Amazing food, great drinks, the atmosphere is nice. It's not as grand and crazy as Al Safwa, which I visited this year, which is also super impressive and probably one of the best lounges, but the Pier's just got more of a homely, classy, kind of underground members club feeling. I really enjoyed it, so that's got to top the list. And now for the worst lounge. I was having a little think about this, and I think it's got to be the Marhaba Lounge at Dubai DXB Terminal 2. It is just so tiny. The food offering wasn't that great. It was super busy, barely could find a place to sit, and just not really relaxing. But to be fair, that whole terminal was just crazy and crowded. So yeah, that's got to be at the bottom of the list for me. Now, I'm going to relax, try and sleep on this flight until we get to Bangkok. morning from Bangkok. Made it. Can't really say I slept much or at all on that flight, but we're in Thailand now, so it's happy days, just in time for New Year's Eve. And now onto the next rankings, which is the best and worst hotel of the year. I think for me, my best hotel has got to be Fairmont Doha. I mean, first of all, just the design of the hotel is so cool. And then I think this has one of the best hotel gyms I've ever seen. It's so expansive, it has every bit of equipment. Like, I was really impressed by it. I've been to nicer hotels that have worse gyms, so that was really nice. And I really like the view from the top of the Pearl. Although saying that, I'm changing my decision. I just just remembered, I went to Royal, Atlantis the Royal in Dubai. That is also very cool looking, although I think the Fairmont still wins in terms of the way it looks, but Atlantis the Royal, wow, what a luxurious hotel. I think it's a bit oversized, there's too many rooms, a bit too many people, but just like the fit and finish of everything, the design of the rooms, all the different facilities, the Royal Club Lounge, the rooftop pools, the normal pools, the beach, the views from the top of the palm. This hotel was crazy. So yeah, actually that's gonna take number one. And then for the worst hotel, I guess we'll stick in Dubai too. When I did my Broken Bougie in Dubai video, that partition room I stayed in Dera was literally just a single bed and about this much space to walk on. The toilets and bathroom was not in good condition. There was noise all night. It was super cold. Not somewhere I'll be staying again, but I did it for the challenge of the video. So yeah, that's definitely got to be bottom space, and I hope I don't stay somewhere like that again. Alright, so I'm on a bit of a mission now, but while I'm on the way, let me tell you about my biggest surprises and the worst letdowns. In terms of biggest surprises, I was originally going to say the Air India Airbus A350 business class, but I actually knew that was going to be good. I'd seen pictures and videos, so as nice as it was and as much of an improvement as it was over previous Air India products, it wasn't much of a surprise. But what did surprise me was the Air India experience from Bangalore. I took an Air India domestic flight on the A320 in business class, and the new A320 refurbished business class seat was great, the service was amazing, and more impressively, airport facilities at Bengaluru were amazing. The airport is stunning, it's so green. It reminded me a bit of Singapore. The lounge had design elements reflecting the local culture, the food was amazing, the service from the staff was top notch, and the fit and finish was just like really, really nice. So that was a great surprise for me. Now, biggest letdown. This one's simple. It was Air Arabia. I was flying from Yerevan to Sharjah, and there was an 8-hour delay. So, I mean, that was a big letdown. There's not much more to it. If you know, you know. And now one last stat before I move on to the Q&A and the future plans for 2026. The most number of consecutive flights I did, it was 12 flights in 10 days, and I completely overdid it. I was shooting videos back to back, and I won't be doing that again. But if I remember correctly, it was Abu Dhabi to Mumbai, to Dubai, to Mumbai, to Dubai, then drive up to Sharjah, then to Doha, then to Cairo, then to London, then to Amsterdam, then to Barcelona, then back to London, then to Cairo, then to Milan, and then to Yerevan, all in 10 days. Absolutely fried my brain, so I'll be taking more breaks and time to explore the cities next time. And now for a few questions from my Instagram. I got so many on here, so I've only picked a few. Starting with, what do you do for a living? Well, I did over 10 years in tech consulting, but now, going into 2026, I'm doing YouTube full time. So like and subscribe if you don't want to see me back in an office. Question 2, how much champagne did you consume in 2025? That's an excellent question, and I've definitely lost count. Cases and cases worth. I've definitely improved the bottom line of a few champagne houses. If you could have any job in aviation, what would it be and why? That's a really good question. I think this might seem like an obvious answer, but I think I gotta go for the pilot. I really want to do my PPL one day, so it just makes sense that I do that. But for now, it's making content. It's my favorite thing. And last question, best airline and country you visited? I think I kind of covered the airline in the video already. Qatar Airways, I've done economy, business and first. Great flights on all of them. But best country? It's really hard to pick one from this year, but I'm gonna have to say either Japan, my first time visiting, had an amazing time, or Vietnam, it's my second time, I had so much fun there. And I always love going to the UAE, I've been many times this year, but I think Japan and Vietnam have got to be the top two. Okay, and in terms of plans for 2026, there's way more content on the way. There's going to be more aviation video, more challenges, other modes of transport as well, and I'm planning on visiting lots more parts of the world. So if there's an airline or a country you want me to visit or check out, let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to do my best in 2026. Make sure you follow me on Instagram if you want to see more casual and day-to-day posts. And I just want to finish up the year by saying a huge thank you to everyone who's watched, engaged, liked and subscribed in 2025. I love reading all the comments, I love speaking and interacting with everyone, and it brings me so much joy to see everyone enjoying the content. So massive thanks again from the bottom of my heart, and I'll see you in 2026. I'm going to take a short break in January and then we're back on full swing. So happy new year, till next time.